The air hung heavy with anticipation as the last rays of sunlight retreated beyond the horizon. In the cozy suburban home of the Harrison family, a sense of quiet settled in. The parents, James and Evelyn, had ventured out for a rare dinner date, leaving their 2 children, Alex and Lily, alone for the evening. The house, a 2-story abode with a basement converted into a gaming room, echoed with the laughter of the siblings as they settled in for a night of video games and movies. Alex, a lanky 17-year-old with a penchant for horror films, had chosen tonight's entertainment, a spine-chilling marathon of paranormal thrillers. The evening began innocently enough. The siblings huddled in the basement, the glow of the television casting flickering shadows on the walls. The ambient light of the room wavered as the on-screen horrors unfolded, and the sound of the wind outside added an eerie symphony to the atmosphere. As the clock ticked away, a subtle unease settled in. Lily, a 15-year-old with an adventurous spirit, felt a peculiar chill that seemed to emanate from the depths of the basement. Alex dismissed her concerns, attributing the sensation to the vivid horror scenes playing on the screen. They continued their movie marathon, the flickering lights casting an otherworldly glow on their faces. In the midst of the suspenseful narratives, Alex and Lily began to notice subtle anomalies, shadows that lingered a moment too long, lights that flickered without cause, and an occasional creak that echoed through the quiet house. As the final credits rolled on the screen, signaling the end of the movie marathon, the siblings decided to indulge in a few rounds of their favorite video games. The basement, adorned with posters and gaming paraphernalia, transformed into a haven for their shared pastime. However, as the first game loaded, an unsettling presence seemed to seep into the room. Alex, engrossed in his gaming console, barely noticed the shadows that danced along the periphery of his vision. Lily, on the other hand, felt an inexplicable weight in the air, a silent whisper that something had shifted. The flickering lights intensified, casting elongated shadows that seemed to defy the laws of physics. Lily's gaze fixated on a corner of the room where shadows converged, forming an indistinct silhouette that appeared to sway in an unseen breeze. "Alex, do you see that?" Lily's voice trembled as she pointed towards the shadowy figure. Alex, engrossed in his game, chuckled dismissively. "Lils, it's just your imagination. These horror movies are getting to you." Despite her brother's reassurance, Lily couldn't shake the feeling that the shadows were more than a trick of the mind. As they continued their gaming session, a subtle disquiet settled over the basement, the air thickening with an unseen presence. The flickering lights, once a mere quirk of aging wiring, now seemed to synchronize with the siblings' growing apprehension. A rhythmic pattern emerged, casting the room into moments of near darkness before returning to an artificial brightness. Lily's attention was drawn to the furniture. The gaming chairs that had been neatly arranged at the start of the evening now seemed to shift ever so slightly. At first, she dismissed it as a trick of her imagination, but as the night wore on, the disconcerting feeling of being watched intensified. The siblings decided to take a break, hoping a change of scenery would dispel the lingering unease. As they ascended the basement stairs, Lily cast a glance back, half expecting to see the shadows coalesce into a tangible form. The basement, however, remained an enigma, its secrets concealed in the dim glow of the flickering lights. In the kitchen, Alex busied himself with grabbing snacks while Lily peered into the living room, her eyes scanning the space for any signs of the supernatural. The clock on the wall ticked away, the sound echoing through the quiet house. Suddenly, a cold gust of wind swept through the living room, extinguishing the candles that adorned the coffee table. The siblings exchanged startled glances, their previous nonchalance replaced by a shared realization that something extraordinary was happening. "Did you feel that?" Lily's voice quivered as she turned towards Alex. "Yeah, I felt it," Alex replied, his usual confidence replaced by a subtle uncertainty. Maybe the window was open. The siblings ventured to the window, expecting to find an open pane or a gust of wind that might explain the sudden chill. To their surprise, the window was securely shut, and the curtains hung motionless. As they stood in the living room, A distant sound echoed through the house, the faint murmur of whispers that seemed to emanate from the depths of the basement. The flickering lights, now synchronized in an unsettling rhythm, cast elongated shadows that danced along the walls. Unsure of what to make of the inexplicable occurrences, Alex and Lily decided to investigate the basement, the epicenter of the strange phenomena. Armed with flashlights, they descended the stairs, their beams cutting through the shadows that clung to the corners of the room. The basement, once a haven for gaming and laughter, now seemed to pulsate with an otherworldly energy. The flickering lights cast a disjointed pattern on the walls, creating a disorienting dance of shadows that seemed to writhe with an unseen force. As the siblings reached the center of the room, a sudden gust of wind extinguished the candles they had brought with them. The basement plunged into darkness, save for the feeble beams of their flashlights. The shadows, no longer confined to the periphery, seemed to converge at the center of the room. Alex and Lily felt a palpable tension in the air, a silence that hung like a veil between the ordinary and the supernatural. And then, in the shifting shadows, they saw it, a subtle movement, a distortion of darkness that seemed to take on a humanoid form. The figure, barely distinguishable, swayed with an ethereal grace as if traversing the boundary between realms. Lily's breath caught in her throat as the shadowy figure slowly materialized into a silhouette, a shape that bore no resemblance to anything of this world. It stood at the center of the basement, a specter cast from the merging of shadows and flickering lights. As the siblings gazed upon the apparition, a low hum echoed through the room, resonating with an ancient melody that seemed to carry whispers from realms beyond. The furniture, now arranged in a chaotic dance, shifted and contorted as if responding to the spectral presence. Unable to tear their eyes away, Alex and Lily witnessed the shadows coalesce into a tangible form, an otherworldly entity that defied the laws of nature. The figure, bathed in an ethereal glow, turned towards them with eyes that seemed to pierce through the fabric of reality. A voice, echoing from the depths of the unknown, spoke in a language that transcended the limitations of human comprehension. The basement, now a nexus of the paranormal, vibrated with a cosmic resonance that seemed to unlock forgotten memories in the minds of the siblings. As the spectral entity spoke, Alex and Lily felt a flood of visions, an ancient civilization that spanned galaxies, cosmic entities that observed the ebb and flow of time, and a reality that extended far beyond the limits of human understanding. The flickering lights, now synchronized in a pulsating rhythm, cast the room into moments of spectral illumination. Shadows danced along the walls, each movement revealing glimpses of a cosmic tapestry that transcended the boundaries of mortal perception. In the wake of the revelation, the spectral entity faded back into the shadows, leaving the basement in a state of profound silence. The flickering lights resumed their normal cadence, and the furniture, now restored to its original arrangement, stood as a testament to the otherworldly force that had manifested in the wake of the revelation. The spectral entity faded back into the shadows, leaving the basement in a state of profound silence. The flick Alex and Lily, their minds reeling from the encounter, ascended the basement stairs in a daze. The living room, once bathed in darkness, now felt strangely ordinary. The whispers that had echoed through the house subsided, leaving the siblings in a state of bewildered awe. As the clock struck midnight, the front door creaked open and the parents, James and Evelyn, returned from their dinner date. The siblings, still processing the surreal events of the evening, exchanged a glance, an unspoken understanding that the ordinary facade of their suburban home concealed secrets that defied explanation. In the quiet hours that followed, Alex and Lily retreated to their respective rooms, haunted by the cosmic revelations that lingered in their minds. The flickering lights, once a mundane quirk, now held the echo of a spectral dance that connected them to a reality beyond comprehension. As the night settled into a stillness broken only by the ticking of the clock, the house stood silent, a witness to the enigmatic events that had unfolded within its walls. The basement, now devoid of the spectral presence, awaited the return of daylight, concealing its secrets in the shadows that clung to the corners of the room. In the days that followed, the the siblings grappled with the profound implications of their paranormal encounter. The memories, etched into their minds like cosmic imprints, lingered as a reminder that the ordinary world held mysteries that transcended the boundaries of human understanding. The flickering lights, shadows, and furniture changing its position became symbols of a night that had opened a gateway to realms unknown. Alex and Lily, forever altered by the experience, carried the weight of the paranormal encounter as a silent understanding, a shared secret that bound them to a reality beyond the veil of the ordinary. And so, in the heart of the suburban home, where the basement held the echoes of a spectral dance, the Harrison family continued their lives, forever touched by the whispers in the darkness that hinted at a cosmic tapestry that extended far beyond the limits of mortal perception.